We're diving into a topic today that gets a lot of buzz. Male enhancement supplements,
Mm-hmm.
specifically VRX Plus.
Right.
You send over an article, and they are making some pretty bold claims,
Yeah.
like improve not only their erections, but their overall sexual health.
Right.
I mean, wow, that's pretty impressive. I'm really curious to see what the science actually says about all this.
Yeah, well, it's important to, I guess, remember with this one that this is a supplement, right?
Right.
It's not a prescription medication.
Okay.
So that means it doesn't have to go through the same, rigorous testing and approvals that something like, say, Viagra would.
Right. That makes sense. So while like this article is saying, hey, this could be a good alternative to prescription meds, you're saying we really need to like look at it with a skeptical eye, right?
Absolutely, yeah. I mean, for some men, supplements might feel like a more approachable first step, right, than going to a doctor.
Yeah.
But,
Yeah.
let's be real, VigRX Plus is not going to magically cure erectile dysfunction.
Right.
It's not a magic bullet.
Okay.
Even if it does end up having some kind of impact on sexual health.
Okay, so it's not like a quick fix.
Right.
But this article is like raving about how VigRX Plus can boost your libido, your testosterone, your energy, you name it. They claim it tackles it.
Mm-hmm.
So I guess let's dive into the ingredients and see what's actually in this stuff.
Yeah, let's do it.
So looking at this ingredient list, I gotta say it's like a botanical garden exploded in here.
Mm-hmm.
We got horny goatweed, ginkgo biloba, saw palmetto, even bioperine, which I just learned is like black pepper extract. Yeah.
Do these things, live up to their names?
Well, I mean, some of these ingredients, they've been used traditionally for like centuries, right?
Right.
And there are theories, about how they might work.
Okay.
Like, for example, horny goatweed. People think that it, influences testosterone levels.
Okay.
But we need more research to say for sure. You know what I mean?
Right. Yeah.
Ginkgo biloba, people believe it helps with blood flow, which I guess could indirectly, help with erections.
So there are potential benefits.
Yeah.
But the science isn't really there to back it up quite yet.
Yeah, exactly. And, even if an ingredient, does have like some scientific backing, the dosage is like super crucial.
Okay.
And this is where things get a little interesting with VRX Plus. Remember that bioperine? Yeah, the black pepper.
Right. So studies show that it's actually effective at just 5 milligrams.
Okay.
VigRX Plus has double that, like a whopping 10 milligrams.
Wait, so you're saying they're using more black pepper extract than what's been shown to actually do anything?
Yeah, it's kind of strange.
Why would they do that?
I mean, it's really hard to say for sure, right?
Right.
It could be them trying to make the formula seem, more potent,
Yeah.
even if it doesn't actually lead to better results in the real world.
Interesting.
And this just kind of highlights how important it is to, really look at those supplement labels.
Right.
Even for stuff that seems, pretty harmless.
Yeah, for sure. For sure. It's like you really have to be your own advocate, It's like that time I tried to make a souffle from like this really fancy recipe and it was a total flop. Turns out I needed like a professional grade oven to actually get those results. They forgot to mention that part.
Totally. You think you're getting one thing and, it's not quite the same.
Right. Exactly.
We see this dosage thing with other ingredients too.
Okay.
Like ginkgo biloba, for example.
Okay.
VGRX Plus, it's got 200 milligrams.
Okay.
Some studies, that show positive effects, they use closer to 250 or even higher.
So even if an ingredient like could work, there might not be enough of it in there to actually like make a difference.
Yeah, exactly. It's like, assuming a sprinkle of cinnamon is going to have the same effect as like a whole teaspoon. Right.
It's just a good reminder to like look beyond the marketing.
Right.
And think about like, okay, what does the science actually say about, this amount?
That's a really good point. And this is actually reminding me of something else that this article mentions.
Yeah.
A clinical study on VigRX Plus. Does that, validate their claims?
On the surface, it definitely seems promising.
Yeah.
The study reported some positive results like, increased erection maintenance, better orgasms, stuff like that.
Right.
But there are a couple of things I think you'll want to keep in mind as we kind of, unpack these findings.
Okay, yeah, let's unpack them.
Yeah.
What should we be looking at? So we're about to look at this clinical study on VigRX Plus, but you're saying
Yeah.
we should maybe take it with a grain of salt.
Mm.
Yeah, well, let's just say there are a few, details in this study that might surprise you.
Okay.
Like for one thing, it was a pretty small group they studied.
Okay.
Only 75 men.
Oh, wow. That is pretty small.
Yeah. So, I mean, to put that in perspective, imagine like they're testing a new allergy medication.
Yeah. Right.
You wouldn't feel great about like recommending it to thousands of people, without having more data.
Right. Right. No, for sure. What else is there?
The other thing is that this study, they actually used way higher doses
Okay.
of some of these ingredients
Okay.
than what's actually in the product that you and I can buy.
Oh, wow. Okay. How much higher are we talking?
Like in some cases, it was 2 to 8 times the amount.
Wow, seriously. I mean, that almost feels misleading, you know? It's like if you see this ad for like this amazing cake, right?
Right.
And the recipe they used has like twice the sugar and butter.
Right.
The one you make at home is not going to be the same.
Exactly. Exactly. So, I mean, yeah, the results of the study might sound, impressive at first, but you got to remember those results, they might not, be what the average person actually experiences.
Right, right, because they're not taking those massive doses.
Exactly.
Okay, so we've established that VigRX Plus might not be the miracle cure that, they want us to think it is.
Right.
But this whole conversation is making me think, like, what can you actually do, to improve your sexual health?
Mm.
Is it all just hype?
No, not at all.
Yeah.
I mean, this is actually where it gets really empowering.
Okay.
Because, real sexual wellness, it's about way more than just like taking a pill, right?
Right, right. Yeah, tell me more about that.
So think of it like this, right? Taking something like VigRX Plus, it's kind of like you're just putting a fresh coat of paint on a house.
Okay.
It might look better for a bit,
Right.
but it's not actually fixing any of the like underlying structural problems.
Right. Okay, I like that. So what are the like foundational things then that we should be like focusing on?
Well, the big ones, I mean, the ones you've heard before,
Yeah.
diet,
Mhm.
exercise, sleep, and how well you manage stress, like all that stuff really matters.
It ties together.
It really does.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, all of that affects your hormones, your blood flow, even just like your mental state,
Right.
And all of that can impact, sexual function.
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. And I'm sure like medical conditions could also be a factor, right?
Oh, absolutely. Things like, diabetes or heart disease,
Right.
even thyroid issues, that can all, play a role.
Okay.
So it's really important to talk to your doctor. Honestly.
Right.
They can help you figure out if there's something going on
Yeah.
and what to do about it.
So it's more about addressing the like root cause than just, just treating the symptom.
Exactly. And, one thing that I think people don't talk about enough is how important communication is,
Yeah.
like with your partner. Just being open and honest with them can make a huge difference.
Yeah, no, that's such a good point. Like, it's not always easy to talk about,
Right.
but it can make a world of difference. This has been really interesting. So thanks for breaking it all down.
Yeah, of course.
We've covered a lot today, but I think one thing's for sure: there's no magic solution
Oh.
when it comes to sexual wellness. You
Yeah.
know, it's a personal thing. What works for one person might not work for another.
Mm-hmm.
So as you're thinking about everything we've talked about today, think about what feels, best and most empowering for you
For sure.
and your own needs and goals. Well, that's all the time we have for today's deep dive. Until next time.